Google Merchant Center disapprovals can be really frustrating. I'm going to take you through some of the most common disapprovals and how you can get those resolved. Hi, I'm Abby. I'm one of the senior e-commerce account managers here at AdPeople. AdPeople are a digital marketing agency and we've been in the business for around 20 years now. We've got over 4,000 clients across the world and we've created Learn E-commerce with AdPeople for business owners and entrepreneurs who are at the very start of their e-commerce journey in order to help take their ideas and make them real. Today, we're going to be going through some of the most common account issues and disapprovals that you may face when you first begin to set up your Google Merchant Center account. Without Google Merchant Center, you'll actually be unable to show any of your shopping products within Google Shopping tab. In order to have those products show, there are a number of specific policy requirements set out by Google that you need to adhere to in order to get those products approved. But first, a bit of an overview of Google Merchant Center and what that actually is. So Google Merchant Center takes your product information and attributes from your website and feeds that through to the shopping tab. This allows your users across the web to be able to search and find and potentially purchase your products. In order to first set up your Google Merchant Center account, there are quite a few requirements that you'll have to run through and make sure that these are set up both in the account and on your website to meet Google's policy requirements. One of the most common questions that we tend to get from users who are first setting up their Google Merchant Center account is, why has my account been disapproved for misrepresentation? So this is when Google classifies either your account or your website as having misleading content that is either deliberately trying to mislead or deceive users when they do approach the website. Now, this can be either in relation to your products, your services, or just the overall business itself. For Google Merchant Center accounts, this can include ensuring that your business number and business information are both added and verified within the account. You also need to make sure that you've claimed and verified the websites that you'll be sending all of your traffic to. More recently, Google have also updated their policy requirements and do need to have both shipping and returns information displayed within the account. For your website, the list can get slightly more extensive. So you need to make sure firstly that you have a secure checkout for users to purchase through the website. You also need to make sure that you have your payment providers clearly listed and displayed across the website, as well as your contact business information. You do need to have as well your privacy policy pages, terms and conditions, and refunds and returns information all on the site. Without at least those features in place, it is likely that you will get disapproved for misrepresentation. It can start getting a little bit technical, so please feel free to leave comments or questions below and we can try and get back to you as soon as possible. Here at AdPeople, we have a fully trained e-commerce technical department who have probably worked on over 1,000 accounts that have had either account policy disapprovals or individual item disapprovals. So we know how to help guide you through these issues and hopefully get them resolved for you. Once your Google Merchant Center account has been set up and approved, you'll then need to go through and ensure that your shopping feed is also set up and approved. A Google shopping feed essentially takes all of your product information and attributes and uses these to display the products on Google Shopping. Think of attributes as being similar to keywords in that they help Google ensure that the correct users are able to find your products. Like your Google Merchant Center account, your feed will need to conform to a certain set of requirements in order to be approved by Google. Let's go through some of the most common disapprovals now. Violation of shopping policies. So this mainly relates to harmful items or products. So Google identifies this by scanning your website, and if they find that there is any content or items that would be a violation of anything that they class as harmful or dangerous, then your items will be disapproved. Commonly, this can be worked around by identifying areas or items which might be part of Google's dangerous list. We have provided a link to that below so you can have a check. But usually if there is an item that is on that list that you're trying to sell, you're not going to be able to get it approved on Google Shopping. Invalid Value, GTIN. So GTIN stands for Global Trade Identifier Number. So this is a globally recognized, usually 13-digit number that is used by manufacturers so that retailers are able to monitor the exact item that they're trying to sell. This is used by many big corporations across the world, and so you can usually find out what your GTIN is by contacting the manufacturer. If you do make your own products, you can also purchase these online to apply to your own products. Missing value price, missing value sale price, mismatched value, page crawl price. So these can happen in a variety of different ways, but ultimately it is usually because whatever price you have on the website doesn't match what's in the feed. Or in the case of a sale price, Google can't actually identify that there is a sale in place. The best thing to do would be to ensure that your landing page price does actually match up with what's in the feed, or that there isn't multiple price options that are available on the website, as this can cause Google to actually think that another price is actually what's being scanned. For the sale price, Google do require that there actually be a notifiable difference for when they scan the website to what's actually within the feed. So that also needs to be clear. Again, just have a check to make sure that all of these values actually match up before submitting for a review from Google. Missing value shipping. This usually just means that your shipping policies or your shipping price hasn't actually been updated or recognized within Google Merchant Center. So you can either update this manually by going into your Google Merchant Center account and updating it within your business information settings, or you can also do this automatically. So for example, if you have Shopify and you've got an automatic feed, that can sometimes update the shipping policies automatically for you. Landing page. So unavailable mobile or desktop landing page. This disapproval is exactly what it says on the tin, and it's when your landing page is unavailable either through a desktop device or a mobile device. So this can be caused by a couple of different reasons. So one of those is if any of the product pages aren't actually crawlable by Google. It essentially makes Google believe that the individual product pages are unavailable for any user to access the website, and therefore can then be disapproved. Another way that this can come about is if your product pages aren't actually accessible to users who are seeing the front end of your website. So what we mean by this is if you were to use another device and not log into the back end of your website, are there product pages that you are unable to access, but that are listed in your feed? If the answer is yes, then it is likely these products that are being disapproved. It would be worth downloading the list of products that are flagging up within this disapproval, and then potentially checking those product pages before submitting for a review from Google. Promotional overlay on images, images too small, image quality too low, or just general image errors. So Google have a number of requirements that your product images need to adhere to in order to show successfully on the Google Shopping tab. So these can be brought up or flagged if your image quality is too low and Google doesn't believe users are able to get a good enough look at the product that's being advertised, or indeed if you have promotional overlay such as 10% off on the actual image itself. It's best to keep your images of a high quality on a clear white background before uploading them to Merchant Center. If you do have images that don't adhere to this, or you'd prefer to have other images on your website, you can put in rules so that separate images are selected and pulled through to Merchant Center. Again, if you have any questions about this, just leave them below and we'll try and get back to you when we can. These are examples of some of Google's most common disapprovals, but it's best to bear in mind that Google's policies can change and update over time. So it's best to keep up to date with their best practices as well. I hope today we've managed to go through some of the most common disapprovals and just give you a bit more information about navigating those policy requirements. If you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe, or again, leave a comment below if you do have any questions on any of the video content. I'll be looking through and trying to get back to people as much as possible. If you do have any ideas for any future video content, or if there is anything that you're wanting to learn more about, also leave a comment below and we'll create a video for you. Thanks.